I am grateful to have been loved and to be loved now and to be able to love, because that liberates. Love liberates. It doesn't just hold. That's ego. Love liberates. When my son was born, I was 17. My mother had a huge house, 14-room house. At 17, I went to her and said, I'm leaving. She asked me, you're leaving my house? And she had live-in help. I said, yes. I've found a job, and I've got a room with cooking privileges down the hall, and the landlady will be the babysitter. She asked me, you're leaving my house? I said, yes, ma'am. And you're taking the baby? I said, yes. She said, all right, remember this. When you step over my door sill, you've been raised. You know the difference between right and wrong. Do right. Don't let anybody raise you and make you change. And remember this, you can always come home. I went home every time life slammed me down and made me call it uncle. I went home with my baby. My mother never once acted as I told you so. She said, oh, baby's home. Oh, my darling, Mama's going to cook you something. Mother's going to make this for you. Love. She liberated me to life. She continued to do that. When my son may have been 5 years old, my mother would pick him up all the time and feed him. And I went to her once a month, and she would cook for me. So one day I went to her house and she'd cooked red rice, which I loved. After we finished eating, we walked down the hill and she started across the street. She said, wait a minute, baby. I was 22 years old. She said, wait a minute, baby. You know, I think you're the greatest woman I've ever met. She said, Mary McLeod Bethune, Eleanor Roosevelt, and my mother, you're in that category. Then she said, give me a kiss. I gave her a kiss and I got onto the streetcar. I can remember the way the sun fell on the slats of the wooden seats. I sat there and I thought about her. I thought, suppose she's right. She's intelligent. And she says she's too mean to lie. So suppose I am going to be somebody. She released me. She freed me to say I may have something in me that would be of value. Maybe not just to me. See? That's love.
Welcome to Best Life with Melanie. I am so excited about this few moments that we have together. I really wanted to spend this time so I could share my heart with you guys. You know, we've spent a lot of good time together, some great times, some laughs, some inspirational times with our guests that has been on. And now I really want to share my heart with you. I think I probably mentioned this in a few shows ahead that it is very important to me that I'm transparent to my viewers. You guys know who I am and by my heart. And so that's what we want to talk about today, is my heart. So my heart and my compassion for my community, okay? I've grown up in all Black community practically most of my life. I attended college at a multicultural school and always worked in a multicultural environment. But my heart has always been with my community. So how do I use what I've learned throughout my 44 years, and of course you know that's important to me, in order for me to build my community? So I thought about this probably for the last 15 years, family, you know, just kind of wanting to share this and help our communities build our within, right? And so there are some components to how I want to do this. And so I just wanted to share this with you. We are in a moment of need to rebuild ourselves, and that's what Best Life does for us. It helps us build a harmony and joy and peace within ourselves. So now with those skills and the knowledge that we receive, let's take that back to our community. Can you imagine if you holistically had a community that worked for everyone? Yeah, I could see it too. Yeah. So that's what I dream about. That's what I see. And these are some components to do that. Guys, we must vote. There's no other way to say this, okay? We have to vote. Our vote is our voice, right? And so I want to run down a few things that you need to know in order for us to move forward on that piece, right? One of them is early voting. All over the country is different. There's websites to go there. But here in Louisiana, October the 16th through October the 27th, that is early voting. You could go to your nearest voters registration office, and they normally have hours from 8 to 5. Google it real quick, head over there and vote, right? Vote early. For our college students, for those folks that work out of town, that is the ticket, early vote. So next will be register to vote. You still have time, right? October the 13th is the last day for you to register online. So don't miss that date, guys. And you can go to govote.com. That is GEAUXVOTE.com, right? Keep these dates in mind. Hold on to this video just in case you want to go back and check on it, right? So that's only one component though, guys. Our vote is our voice, right? So that's only one component. So the second component to be to engage. Engage in your local town halls, your local board meetings, from school board meetings to your local city council meetings. Be involved, know what's going on. I'm so grateful for the internet now. You could always just pop on and you can be engaged in that manner, right? So when there is something that comes across the board that is impacting your community, you can take hold of that, engage with that, and engage with your local officials. Guys, this is the way we're going to build our communities. We got to start here and move up locally in order for us to have an impact, right? Meet your neighbors. I think we all have this issue. I pretty much try to talk to my neighbors as much as I can. But meet your neighbors. Who lives next to you? Who lives down the street? Who drives that car that's blue? And we don't know who they are. Meet them, engage with them. They may be in a need of something that you have and you can provide. That's how we engage with others. So engage. Make it a point. And I've done this probably for the last, I guess 10 years. I meet someone new every day. So if you're out and about, you're at the grocery store, you know, you're standing in line, and we know we got COVID, so make sure you keep your mask on. But meet somebody new every day. You know, make it a point to engage with people. Somebody dropped the lady dropped her glasses, and my son, because he sees his mom does it all the time, Mom, she dropped her glasses. I see it. So you should, and so he's like, I gotta get them. I said, well, go ahead and get them, son. You know, ma'am, you dropped your glasses. So even at 8 years old, he's learning to engage with others. And we have to do that at every moment we can. And help your neighbors, right? Build rapport, build relationships with your neighbors. If our community is important to us, then the people in our community is important. Right? So it's not enough for us to build a park and not build a relationship. So ensure that you're doing that, right? That's component 2. So now let's go to the third and final component. Service. So, you know, in the world that we live in today, everybody is hustling and bustling. We're super busy. And we think of service, we think of, that's my weekend. I'm not going to be able to do anything on the weekends. Melanie, you trying to take my weekend. But no, service can be done right there in your own home, with your parents, with your children. You have to attend a football game every day anyway. Every week anyway. Go to the football game and learn a place where you can serve, right? So use all, at your job even. They have United Way. They have different things that every company does. You want to be able to plug into those things. Become a servant at heart. And what happens is when you come home into your community, it's nothing for you to get out of your car and walk down the street and pick up all the trash, right? Because you need to walk anyway. It's nothing for you while you are going to the mailbox to get the mail for your elderly neighbor that's up the street. Be a servant. Learn how to use your tools and things that you have in order to help someone else. So, you know, though, it's those canned goods in the back of the refrigerator or in the back of the cupboard that your boys or your family or your children doesn't like. So how about we pack those things up and take them down to our elderly neighbor and say, hey, how you doing, Miss Jones or Miss whoever? I had these things. I wanted to make sure you had a little extra, you know, and that's becoming a servant. So those are all things that you can do. It's so important that our children see these types of activities and see our heart. And then what we could do is build a generation of people with servant hearts. Guys, this is from my heart. I just wanted to be able to share, let you know that my community is important to me. I've seen a lot of things, been through a lot of things, and my goal is to share those experiences with my viewers. And so today I wanted to share my heart about being engaged in our community, building our community within. It all starts with you, right? Be the project, plan the project, move forward, vote, engage, and serve. That's how we're going to build our communities. Thank you for spending time with me today. I appreciate everything you do in your communities, and let's get that ball rolling. See you next time right here on Best Life with Melanie.